I'm currently here on the Franz Josef Glacier in New Zealand, ready to do some ice climbing, some hiking across the glacier. This should be absolutely epic. This is by far one of the greatest, most epic adventures I have been on in my life. An experience of a lifetime, from helicoptering onto a glacier, hiking through the deep snow, climbing ice walls, experiencing surreal landscapes and ice caves, and one stunningly beautiful moment later in the video that I, for one, was not expecting. Let the adventure begin.
Now obviously, myself and everybody else involved in this operation, safety is our #1 priority, but we are headed up into the mountains, into that natural environment, so there's going to be certain things that are outside of my control. Chiefly among those here on the west coast of New Zealand is the weather. We get some very changeable weather here, and today we are anticipating clouds to build up at some point in kind of sometime around midday to the early afternoon, potentially earlier of course. If those clouds do build up, we're pretty confident we'll be able to get in, but there is a non-insignificant chance that we may have to cut the trip short. The more dramatic scenario is that we get up there, the clouds come in, and we can't fly out in time, and we actually end up stuck up on the glacier. And about once every 1 to 2 years, we do get the situation where we end up stuck overnight. Now we have tents, sleeping bags, food, hot chocolate, all that sort of stuff up on the glacier to keep everybody reasonably comfortable through the night. The stars are quite beautiful, but just so you know, there is that remote possibility out there. So.
That's what I wish that happens.
Yeah. Sounds all right. Two types of people, when you tell them that, they're like, oh, that sounds great.
I don't want to hope for it.
I got a flight tomorrow. Obviously, glaciers are icy, they're slippy. We've got holes, cracks, crevasses, all that sort of stuff that we want you guys to generally stay away from. The main way we're going to be doing that is by sort of laying out what we call the track. Track is just the route that we'll take to move through the glacier. At the minute, there's also a lot of snow on the glacier, and that can really hide those holes. So it's extra important that we stick to the track or to the sort of defined areas that we'll be climbing in today.
With the safety briefing done, basic gear on, and the rest packed up to put on when we land on the glacier, we made our way out through the trails to the helicopter that would be taking us up. This is it, here we go. Excited. This is another first for me. My first time in a helicopter, and what a way to do it, with some incredible views to take in and a great way to start off my most exciting adventure yet. After a short 5-minute ride, we landed on top of the glacier. This is where the real adventure begins. Now, as you may have noticed, I'm not alone on this adventure. I was lucky enough to meet some incredible people and fellow thrill seekers to enjoy this experience with. Starting with our trusted guide, with probably one of the greatest names I've actually ever heard. Jack. Followed by fellow adventure travellers Kelly and the wonderful couple of Matilda and Nathan. And with this amazing team assembled, later on I get to witness with them what for many is a once-in-a-lifetime moment.
We're up here. Well, let's get to it.
First things first, we get the rest of the gear on, such as the crampons and helmets, before heading off on our hike through the powdery, crisp snow to find some epic walls of ice to start our climb. We're just going to hike now into the valleys to get to some of the climbing spots, but this place looks absolutely stunning. Never done ice climbing before, so let's see how I actually do, but I'm really looking forward to this one. down here. I've never seen anything like this before.
Franz Josef Glacier, or Carbon marked up It's the 4th or the 6th largest glacier here in New Zealand, depending on whether you're measuring length or area.
Oh.
And it's one of the larger ones. We actually have 2,900-ish glaciers in total here in the country. Pretty much all down south. There's 8-ish on the North Island, so all the rest are down here. You can see a few other ones around here. You can see the Elmer Glacier up the valley behind us there. That cliff of ice right there. And you can see the Cross and Blumenthal glaciers on the far side there. Again, just those ice cliffs in the sun on the high, kind of in between the rock faces there.
We first come to a small ice wall to practice our climbing technique before we hit the big ones. This is in order to make sure we at least have a little bit of an idea of what we're doing before we attempt the ones with a little more danger and risk.
Stand up, just with your hands. The other thing you can feel here is that when you have that real nice wide stand, you're going to feel a little bit more in balance. That's when you end up with your feet in close together.
The gully.
Alright, well you guys are smashing this, so I reckon we should go find ourselves some slightly bigger walls. Yeah.
You mentioned glasses and stuff a heap of times in the pre before we left.
Yeah, wouldn't get snow blindness over this course of time we're up here, but you could definitely dry your eyes a bit. Basically sunburn on your retinas, and you'll get a bit of a headache and want to spend the rest of the day in a dark room.
So we just did a little bit of practice climbing there. Now we're going to head and do some proper climbing, start getting the ropes and that out, and see how we fare with that. I didn't have the gloves on and I knocked my hand on the ice, didn't notice. The ice is quite sharp.
Oh, someone scuffed their hand or something? Just,
oh, I've got a little bit.
yeah.
Okay, just the edge
You might
of
want to
nail.
put the full finger gloves
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Ice is actually really abrasive, so.
A little bit of blood from the nail. Nothing too much, but I am sweating already. Some of these layers need to come off. I am definitely sweating now. But this place is unbelievable. So many layers on there. It looks like it'd be freezing, but with the sun here, it's really warm with all these layers on. And you sweat even more.
As going through this next here, just make sure you stick that. There are a few holes.
After a decent amount of time trekking through the snow and the ice, avoiding almost completely hidden holes, we reached the wall we would be climbing. With the gear set, I offer myself up as the test dummy to do the practice run.
So while Jack climbs, I'm just going to belay this first one just to give a quick demonstration of going up and down, and then we'll split off into our pairs and give it a go.
So obviously when you get to the top, you just bounce your way to dip back down?
Yeah, so well, we'll cover that when Jack gets up there.
Jump.
Yeah. Joys of being the test bunny. Now that we know we're both safe, we're good to climb, so climb when you're ready.
Awesome. Tiring.
Tiring, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You look good, bro.
Yeah, real good.
Do you want to belay? Give yourself a break?
I think I'll need it.
Yeah.
While I take a much needed break to contemplate how unfit that made me feel, Kelly and Matilda take to the wall to give it a go, whilst myself and Nathan belay for them as the safety team, with maybe a little unearned trust, as neither of us had ever done this before.
I did give you guys a slightly trickier one to start with than I usually would, because you're all smashing the bouldering, so the fact that you're getting your way up there is really good.
That is really well.
I'm still sweating from it though, mate, so it is hard.
It's hard to get through. Oh, good work. So you're both approaching what we call the crux, the hardest part of the climb. So you're doing fantastic. Oh, great swing. Fantastic work, team.
We're going to the top, come on.
Yeah. There's a reason we're standing back here.
It made me feel a little better knowing it wasn't just me that found it tiring.
Can we put our arms down?
Yeah, put your arms down, it helps a lot.
No one told me.
Yeah, you can relax. And one big rule here today, team.
Yes.
Never forget to take in the view.
Right. She looks great. Yeah.
They both ended up smashing it though, powering through and made it to the top. But now it was round 2 for me and time for Nathan to give it a go.
All right.
The less kind of slacker in the rope, the less of a jerk you're gonna.
See how he's using the natural features? It was easier. Real smart, real nice. Now when he's moving his feet, he's on a straight arm. With his butt out. Someone has to pave the way. Fantastic night, well done.
All right, you can lean back.
Yeah, well done. That was so smooth. You did great. You didn't take it all.
I think you'll be okay. Yeah, good stuff.
Alright, I need about 5 days rest before we do
All right.
So we're just taking a little break from the actual ice climbing part now, and we're going on a little walk around using a bit of like via ferrata style, and our guide is putting hooks and helping us up, carving out steps into the mountain. Definitely need a break from the actual climbing part. So we've just climbed over this sort of crevice and they've put the steps in place for us, and it's kind of like via ferrata, which I've done in a couple of other places but never on ice. This is incredible, and we're heading down all the way over that way. I think honestly this does not look real. It's so surreal being here, so beautiful. I'm not going to do this again anytime soon either, so I'm so happy I'm doing this. You can sense how dangerous everything is with like the holes and following his footsteps completely and being guided up the side of stuff and hooking in. So there is a lot of danger involved here, but it's worth it. This is unreal. Like, we've come over the parts now and you can see down below, like all into the caves and the crevices and the holes. Somewhere you definitely don't want to be falling into, hence the safety, but unreal to see it all. And luckily we have perfect weather for it today. I think there's some clouds coming in over the front, but if the clouds come in you might have to leave sooner, or on a very rare occasion the clouds come in you could get stuck here overnight. But the weather looks really good for us today, even better.
I reckon I'm gonna get short soon, but hey, we'll find out.
We're just climbing up some steeper bits now, still via ferrata, still insane, still crazy. Definitely feel refreshed now, ready to do some climbing again as well, which I'm sure I'll get hot and knackered again straight away. This is definitely one of the most expensive tours that I've done since travelling, but it's well worth the money. Once in a lifetime experience. I would 100% pay the money again, and we're not even finished yet. This is going to be a bit of an adrenaline drop after doing this for a few days. When you do something amazing to going back to just traveling and sitting in rooms, you get that lull period until you do something amazing again. It's going to take a lot to top this one. So these little carabiner things here that are being buried into the ice, turned in, are what's holding us to stop us dropping into that down there.
See these two loops? You just clip yourself into one of these loops.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you see this one and this one?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
When everybody else comes up, they also need to clip into one of these two.
Both on one.
Both on one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they cannot clip into anywhere else, all right? Just these two loops. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes complete sense.
Yeah.
I think our 60 meters might have run out.
Yeah, I think this is as far as it went.
Oh, we are at the end.
Yeah.
We're proper
That's literally the
at the
tail
end.
of it.
Okay.
As we hit the end of the safety rope we have been using to hike through the glacier, we approach a wall we need to get over in order to reach a magical site just on the other side. And shortly after that, an unforgettable moment. Time to put our new climb skills to the test.
Crushing it.
It's making it look too easy. My turn, climbing up this after the Via Ferrata. Everyone else has just gone up. I've just got to take the equipment up with me. All bits and pieces. And then we carry on the walk from here, I think.
Hey, Jack, coming at you.
Yep.
See those two screws in the ice?
Yep.
Flip the handles up, turn them to the left so they'll come on out.
Okay. Yep. Okay, got him.
Work, mate. So with the snow, just bury them in. Kind of grab higher up on them if you need to, like push them down in. Yeah. Leave your hands where they are, work your feet up. That's it. So you can stand right up. And then you're safe.
Awesome.
Nicely done, mate. Good job. Boom, smashed it. If you want to just head straight over there to where Kelly's at, just stay on the rope till now.
Okay. So after that climbing, we've just come up and found this little ice cave. Blue ice and everything, amazing. Now we're going to carry on the walk. So I didn't realise, but now we've got to squeeze through this little crevice here. This should be interesting. Luckily I haven't put on too much weight travelling yet. At least you're not going to get stuck, you can slide your way through there. Now, what I didn't know at the time was on the other side of this crevasse was about to be one of the most beautiful moments on this trip. Kelly subtly started trying to mime to me, but I have no idea what she's trying to say. She gestures to me to film a certain point on the glacier, but I have no idea what I'm looking for. And then it happens.
Gonna be a best friend forever.
keep a secret? How did you keep a secret? It's so beautiful. I love you.
That was the most challenging thing I've ever done.
Oh my god.
We've been planning it all day. Yeah, congratulations.
Oh my god.
Congrats both of you, that's amazing.
Did I tell you about the Glacier words already? Seracs? Crevasses?
No.
Oh, sorry. Must have been guys yesterday.
They all blur into one. Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. But this one will be quite memorable, I think. Yeah, so a lot of our glacier words actually come from French, because no glaciers in England. So they kind of went over to Europe and they saw these things and they're like, oh, these are pretty neat. Need some words. Give us yours. Glacier being the prime example. Glacier, straight from French. Crevasse, the big cracks in the ice like you walk through. Also French. But quite useful at the minute is the word Serac. S-E-R-A-C. A Serac is a tower or a cliff of ice. So that's kind of what you're seeing up above us here. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too dangerous to go right up to those big ones. They have the tendency to fall over. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
The whole thing just topples over.
Those ones up near the horizon are probably somewhere in the order of 30 meters tall.
Wow. I love it. Yeah.
We make it back to the wall to pick up the stuff we left behind. But we still have a decent trek to go back up the glacier to get to the pickup point where the helicopter can land and reach us safely. So yeah, not something I planned on witnessing on this trip, but proposal on top of the glacier. That's a travel first for me as well. Clever guy, what an epic place to do it.
I don't think anything proved my point, eh? Follow the footsteps.
It's tiring. It's definitely a trek. And in snow as well. Hard work. Trekking is quite tough. Get a little bit sweaty. Depending on the time of the season, I suppose you need to wrap up more. But we bought a lot of layers and we've all gone down to like the bare minimum. It's very warm up here, the sun reflecting off the ice, but 100% worth it. Very difficult, you will need fitness, especially doing the climbing sort of stuff, but if you have a little bit of it, you don't need to know how to ice climb or anything. You can just go on this and they'll guide you all the way through it. Absolutely incredible experience. That's the end of the Franz Josef Glacier. Trekking, ice climbing, a proposal, some ice caves, absolutely amazing. We head back to the helicopter now and head back. And if you like the video, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Stay up to date with me as I travel around the world, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Oh, that's beautiful. Very nice. No, he told me this morning. He was like,
Everyone knew. He told my niece, my dad.
oh, that's beautiful. I was so nervous for you.
I'm taking that as another travel first for me now as well. I've witnessed the proposal.
Hopefully that gives you a few more hits on.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. We've got to rethink this whole video now.